And then if you have that you would like interviewed as well, we'd love it. Great. Hey, I'm DaniElle DeLaite at the premiere of Finding Ophelia, a movie about a man's dreams that blur the line between fantasy and reality. His obsession with a mysterious woman leads him to discover that sometimes finding the girl of your dreams can turn out to be a nightmare. Let's check out the red carpet. How does it feel to be here at the premiere of your movie at Arena Cinelounge in Hollywood?
Extremely exciting. I didn't think we'd get to Hollywood, being a very small indie, so that's, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Finding Ophelia.
Finding Ophelia is about William Edgar, who falls in love with a girl, but he's not sure if she's real or not. And the tagline is, finding the girl of your dreams could be a nightmare.
So why can she be a nightmare?
We're about to find out.
You're not giving any spoilers away right now.
Well, it'll be a slowly unfolding mystery, but it will become clear at the end what happens. But it's kind of it's a strange film. It's not for everyone, but you definitely have to kind of let it kind of wash over you a bit. It's not like anything out there at the moment. So.
I did watch the trailer, and I noticed that in the trailer there's no dialogue. And it was, to me, kind of more of an art house film. Is that how you would describe it?
Yeah, I think that's what I was going for. There are dialogue scenes in there to move the story along. But a lot of it's driven by music and visuals to tell the story.
And in the movie, William has these dreams that blur the line between, fantasy and reality. Can you tell us a little bit about why he's having these dreams or what he's going through?
I think he's being summoned by Ophelia, and she's sending him a trail of breadcrumbs to find her. But I want to leave a lot of the film open to people's interpretation of the film. I don't want to spoon feed it too much, so I think it's more enjoyable that way. I'll put a lot of symbolism into it, which will be different for different people in different cultures.
What was the inspiration for this movie? I mean, was it from a dream you had, or where did it come from?
I think I've always been fascinated with dreams and how they work and kind of alternate realities, sort of weird realms and stuff. A lot of the visuals came from listening to music, like ethereal music that kind of takes you out of your head a bit. So I wanted to get people to get into this kind of space in their head that's very strange and different. So it's more of an emotional experience. And I think maybe like a shampoo commercial when I saw as a kid, but mainly music was a driving force behind it.
You have some incredible scenes in the water. What was it like shooting those scenes and, with the talent as well, having to be submerged in water?
It looks freezing cold because he's shivering, but it was actually really warm because it was in the summer.
Well, thank you so much for chatting to us this evening. Have a great night and enjoy watching your movie with a room full of people. Yeah, something new now, from the last year. Yeah. The dress looks gorgeous, by the way. Thank you. So tell me a little bit about your character in Finding Ophelia.
So my character is a bit of an uptight girlfriend, which wasn't a bit of a stretch for me because I tend to be highly strung sometimes, but really how I can relate to this character is wanting to connect with the person that you're in a relationship with, but them feeling so distant, and just the struggle of really wanting to connect and be with that person. So I found that really inspiring and interesting as the character.
A lot of people go through those feelings and emotions. Now, when I saw the trailer, I noticed there wasn't a lot of dialogue in the trailer. It's more of an art house movie type told through music. How would you describe this, and what are you looking forward to audiences experiencing?
I'm looking forward to audience experiencing a different style of movie, being able to experience theatrical experiences without a ton of dialogue, without a ton of lines, and really just being immersed in the story itself and having to pay attention to something and not multitasking like we all are throughout the day. Yeah.
And how does it feel to be here in Hollywood at the premiere of your movie at Arena Cinelounge?
It feels amazing. This is my first premiere in LA, in Hollywood, so it's awesome to be out here. It's great to be finally out here without masks, COVID, and the pandemic, so it's a great feeling. Yeah.
This movie is an independent film, which, you know, it can be a roller coaster to make one of these movies. What was the experience like on set? I mean, the fact that it was made, it's now out, we're at a premiere, I get so excited for indie films like that.
Yeah, no, the experience was amazing. Steven is an amazing director. My scene was shot in Brooklyn, so you really got that Brooklyn vibe. You get the New York City vibe, and I'm originally from New York, so it was awesome to be back in, you know, the area that I got to be a cool kid around. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for chatting to us this evening. Have a wonderful night. Thank you. So tell me a little bit about your character, William.
All right, so Will, he's going through a lot, all right? But what I can say about him, he has a lot going on. He's very successful. He's in advertising. You know, he has his own girlfriend. He has a nice house. He has all the things that people would actually appreciate in life, and he understands that. But the twist of it all is that Will, he's having these dreams, and they're pretty disturbing. They're so disturbing, but yet they influence him to really try to go and find this search for this girl in his dream. And they're very disturbing, but at the same time, they're sending him pieces of knowledge that he also needs to learn the lesson. Absolutely.
Interesting. And the tagline is, you know, finding the girl of your dreams can turn into a nightmare. So without giving anything away, how does that happen?
You know, by the way, that is like actually a very, very a real statement, just for people just to know that. In a sense of, you know, when we search for things that like love, and we're looking for those things, sometimes we don't get what we want. You know, you never know what you're gonna get. So it's best, in my opinion, also being Will and experiencing what he felt, to just let things come to you naturally. And it's not a bad thing if you search for it, but just know that you don't know what you're gonna get at the end.
That's some wise advice right there. Yeah. Very wise advice. Have you ever had a dream that felt so real that you had to act on it?
I actually did. This is going to sound crazy, but I won't get too in detail with the dream, but I woke up with the fork in my hand. I seen this. I won't even get into details about it, but I would say that, yeah, that's happened to me. Yeah.
You didn't have any dreams about being on set whilst making this movie, did you?
I absolutely did. The thing about it, me and Will have so much in common, in a way that's that at the end of the movie people will see, but there's closure there. To some extent, there's closure, and I feel like being this character also gave me closure to things that I was actually dealing with in my life at that moment. So the character Will, I can absolutely relate to, and it was just a thrill, just having the chance to also find closure for Will at the same time for myself. It's great.
Interesting. What are you excited for audiences to experience on this crazy kind of ethereal journey?
Okay. What I'm excited for the audiences to really get is just like a genuine observation for themselves, an opportunity to think for themselves. And I think that this film gives you that. It gives you an opportunity to not just walk in your own perception, but to see another perception and also empathize with that perception, gathering your own idea about love, about search, about the thrill of it all. You know, there's so much that this film can actually benefit in multiple households, any color, any race. You'll be able to feel what that is. It just does that. It does that.
I can't wait to see it. Thank you so much for your time this evening. Enjoy your premiere. Yeah, thank you. Thanks. So tell me a little bit about your role as the priest.
Well, it was definitely very different. When I got the part, I didn't know what I was going to do. So I was like, what would a priest do in this moment? I can't give away what the scene is, but it was a real cool shoot. And based off of what I know from filming it, it looks very interesting. So I'm excited to see what goes on.
Have you not seen the movie yet?
I have not. This will be my first time seeing it. I'm excited. Very excited.
Very exciting. What was the whole process like on set? You know, indie films, it's such a roller coaster to get them made, but sometimes it can feel like a family on set more than like the big blockbusters. So what was that like for you?
Well, everybody was just so inviting. Of course, I didn't know anyone. We shot the scene in Miami. I was living in Miami at the time, so they were from New York, and I was just like talking to everyone, you know. But I didn't know any of them. They were very warm and inviting, so working with them was very cool. Steven's mind is very out there. I love his imagination, so it was really cool to work with them. Even though it was a brief shoot day, it was still cool to meet everyone and get everything done.
What are you excited for audiences to experience when they watch this movie?
Well, myself included, I just want to know like what it's going to feel like. I know it's going to be like a visual experience, so I'm so excited just to see like what's up, what's going to happen, what it's about, and all that good stuff. So I just hope everyone feels it.
The journey's going to take you.
Yes, exactly. So I'm super excited.
Have you ever had a dream, you know, because this movie's about dreams, have you ever had a dream that felt so real that you had to act on it?
That's a great question. Yes, actually, because I always knew when I was little, I wanted to be an actor. So like just watching things based on like LA and everything, I just knew I had to be out here at some point. So just dreaming that and, you know, manifesting it, putting it out there for so long. When I actually made the move, I live here now. So actually just acting upon that. So I guess so. I actually have.
You turned your dream into a reality.
I did. That I did. And still working on it.
Well, on that note, thank you so much for talking to us this evening. Enjoy the premiere.
Yes, I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you. What are you excited for audiences to experience when they watch this movie?
It's just the whole concept. You saw the trailer. I'm sure audience will see the trailer before they watch the movie. This trailer alone should just drag you and lure you. It's not something which you see every day. Because I've showed it for a few friends and they were craving to watch it, so they're waiting for other days when it's gonna be out. So yeah, it's mystery. It's a lot about mystery, which I think is very important. And how it's shot is beautiful, as you said, water scenes, those dream sequences. It's very art housey and so luring inside. Yeah.
Incredible. Well, thank you so much for chatting to us this evening. Enjoy the premiere.
My pleasure.
So you just purchased some Arena Cinelounge popcorn and you are trying it for the first time.
For the first time, yeah. Okay, so this is bourbon caramel. All right, with a pretzel. So good. You know, and it's vegan too. I've missed caramel flavored things because the caramel flavored popcorn still has butter and all that stuff in it. But this doesn't, but you don't sacrifice the taste. This is great. I love it. This is truffle. Not everybody can hang with truffle. I can.
Sometimes truffle is trouble. So can you handle the truffle trouble?
I guess we'll see. There's that pungent aroma. Very good.
So there you go. Make sure you check out Finding Ophelia. And for all things independent film, head to Cinelounge in Hollywood.